everyone, you're welcome to the music theory class one more time. My name is Iboku Elisha, and today we're going to be talking about semitones and tones. Now, when we look at our keyboard, we see sets of white keys and black keys there, and these keys are adjacent to each other. And so a semitone is the shortest distance between two adjacent notes or two adjacent keys. This is what I mean. So as we can see on the keyboard, we have two sets of black and three sets of black, another two sets of black, three sets of black, and so on and so forth. There is a note that comes before the two sets of black, which is called C. Then the note in between the two sets of black is called D, and then the note at the back of the two sets of black is called E. Moving up, we have the three sets of black, such that the note that comes before the three sets of black is called F. After that is G, and then we go to A, and then we get to B. And so the thing repeats itself like that. All right. So one of the things that is to be noted concerning semitone is that it is the shortest distance between two adjacent keys. So if I play this key, the next note that is obtainable is this black key. All right. And that is how we measure our semitone. Now, the white keys are already next to each other, but in between the white keys, there are some specific black keys that we need to take note of. So like we said in the other classes, that this is C, and then this is C sharp or D flat. All right. So those are enharmonics. So a semitone is the shortest distance between two adjacent keys. So this to this is a semitone. So semitone actually measures distance. This to this is a semitone. So when we have an E flat to E is a semitone. E to F, that's the natural semitone. And you can see that we have two natural semitones, E to F or F to E, then B to C or C to B. Those are the natural semitones we have in music. Okay, so that one doesn't involve any accidentals. E to F naturally is a semitone. B to C naturally is a semitone. All other semitones need accidentals to be activated. All right, so C to C sharp to D, D to E flat or D sharp. So that is the way we get semitones. All right. Now, two semitone movement gives us a tone, and that is one thing we should understand. Two semitone movements give us a tone. So if I move from C to C sharp, then to D, that is a tone because I've moved twice, two semitones, 1 and 2. So C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone. E to F, don't forget, is a natural semitone, so it's a semitone. F to G, because I have to cross this black key before I get there, that is a tone. G to A is a tone. A to B is a tone, and B to C is a semitone. So if I have to come back also, C to B flat is a tone. C to B flat, because I have to cross B and get to B flat, is a tone. B flat to A flat is a tone. A flat to G flat is a tone because I have to come A flat to G flat. So I can either call it A flat to F sharp, or let me just, because I'm going down, let me say A flat to G flat is a tone. Okay, G flat to E is a tone. E to D is a tone. D to C is a tone. So this depends on the way you move. It depends. So that is how you recognize semitones and tones. Okay, so it's important that you know that, okay, this E to F is a natural semitone, so it's a semitone movement. This is a semitone movement. B to C. If you have G flat to F, for example, is a semitone. If you have A flat to G, for example, is a semitone. If you have this note is also called G sharp to A sharp, when we use their enharmonics, is still a tone. So it is important for us to know all this movement on the keyboard. Now, let us represent them on the staff and see the way it goes. So how do we represent semitones on the staff? Like I said, we have two natural semitones, which is E to F, B to C. All right, E to F, B to C, or C to B, F to E. So if you have any note that moves from here to here, we know that it is a semitone. Okay. Remember, semitone measures distance. So if you have this note here also, B to C, this note is a semitone. Okay, it's a semitone. It's a semitone. All right. Every other places on the staff is a tone movement, and we have to note that. In order to now make it a tone or a semitone, that is, those places that are not natural semitones, we have to add accidentals. All right. So from E is another E to F is another semitone. Okay, is a semitone. But when you have A, for example, to B, what you can do to make this a semitone is to put a flat on B. So A to B flat is what will give you a semitone. Okay, a semitone. Okay, you can have F to G, F to G here. This is a tone. Okay, so what you can do is either you put a sharp here to give you F sharp to G, which will give you a semitone here. Okay, so those are the ways to factor in accidentals to give you semitone movements. Okay, but the natural semitone is the E to F, B to C, E to F, and wherever you find B to C also again. All right, but for other places you have to employ the use of accidentals to get your semitone. Otherwise, there will be a tone movement. I could give more example, but on your own you can just work on these things, and you note where there are semitones or there are tones on the staff, whether treble staff or bass staff, it doesn't matter. All right. Thank you for your time. That is the explanation we can do today on semitones and tones. Uh, Please do feel free to comment in the comment section, ask your questions, and I will be more than interested to respond to your questions. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, share to your friends, like, and comment. I will be so much excited to reply. Take care and see you in the next class.